Hi friends, me here, Miss Emmy from the Brown County Public Library. I have a fun thing for you to make at home that will help you to come up with some really fun, and they could be funny stories or whatever kinds of stories you want to do. I tend to like things that are funny, so that's what I like to do, but it's really up to you. This is what we're making. It's called a magic story starter. You can also make these into fortune tellers where you write answers to questions in and then you ask them, and then you can lift up the flaps and get your fortune. But we're gonna use it today as a magic story starter. So the first thing you're gonna do is start with a square sheet of paper. Mine is folded this way because I used this method. You can always fold a piece of rectangular paper into a triangle and then cut off the excess to make a square. So that's what I did. But we're gonna fold this square in half vertically or horizontally. It's a square, so it doesn't really matter what you call it. So we're gonna do it that way. And then we're gonna unfold it and fold it again the opposite direction. And then we're going to take the four corners and fold them into the middle. It's kind of hard for me to show you how I'm doing this, but I think you get the idea. So we're gonna fold all four corners into the middle to create a square, or another square, but kind of a different shape that has flaps. And once you have that done, you're going to do the other side as well. So we've got one side that has all the four corners, so you're gonna turn it over this way and fold in these corners into the middle as well. So on the side that has the undivided squares, we're going to write a story opening. I chose examples like Once Upon a Time and Long, Long Ago. I also did Many Moons Ago and In a Land Far, Far Away. So you can choose anything you want, but you can use those as examples too if you want to. So you're gonna write those on each of these squares. You're also going to draw or mark a different color on each one of these squares. And then on the inside, when we turn it over, you'll see that these are divided triangles, like so. And on each one of those, you're going to write the numbers 1 through 8. So, or on each triangle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like that. And once you do that, you're also going to write the next part of the story, which is going to be the character. So again, you can use some examples like I have a little kid and a terrible ogre. I have an old woman and a talking cat. You can choose whatever characters you want. It really doesn't matter. So, and again, once you get this down, you can make as many as you want. So then you can start combining stories, combining characters, doing, you know, really whatever you want. And it's a lot of fun to come up with these different kinds of stories. So once you have your characters written in there, you are going to open up these triangles to reveal even more triangles. And in there, I think that you can write more numbers if you want to, but you don't have to. You could just write the continuation of your story on each of the flaps. So on mine, underneath a little kid, I wrote, who flew on a magic carpet and landed, ... And that would be the beginning of your story. So you can do a different continuation of the story on each of those little flaps. You'll want to come up with something different for each one, because that's the fun part, is kind of coming up with different scenarios for these different characters. So it could be flew to the moon, it could be loved eating bananas, it could be dressed up like a donkey. It doesn't matter. So anything you want to put on there is fine. The next part is playing the game. So in order to play the game, you have to have your magic story starter like so, and you'll ask a friend to choose a color. And that friend might say, red. Okay, we'll do red. And I'm gonna use the number of letters in the word red to tell me how many times to open and close my magic story starter. Ready? R, E, D. And I look inside and I see 4 numbers. I see 1, 2, 5, and 6. Hey friend, what number should I choose? 5. Okay, we'll do 5. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now we're gonna look inside and we're gonna see more numbers. I see 3, 4, 7, and 8. Hey friend, what number should I do? Friend? Oh, okay. So I'm gonna look inside and I'm gonna say it was the number 7. Do you remember what color they chose? Red. So the red one says, long, long ago. The number 7 says, there was a huge giant. And then I'm gonna just open it up and read what was under the huge giant. Long, long ago, there was a huge giant who was captured by wild talking donkeys that told him he was very adorable. The end. And so that was just a quick little version of a story that you could come up with, but it's really up to you to see where your imagination takes you. And I think it's so much fun to get to come up with whatever you want. I'm really curious about what kinds of stories you do come up with, and I hope that you'll create one of these for yourself at home, or maybe more than one, because it's so much fun. And it's something that you can even do with friends over the phone. You could do, you could send this to someone and they could go back and forth with you. There are all kinds of ideas that you can come up with. So I really hope that you'll use this. I will have the instructions in this video as well, so you'll be able to have a better idea, just not me speeding through it really quickly to show you, but it's a lot of fun. I really hope you'll try it, and I will see you next time. Thank you.